who the fuck was that girl that was real close to you when you first
Right.
walked in? I was like,
Exactly.
that was B2's girlfriend. I held the door for the crew to go in because I had the camera and I was trying to show people walking the fucking door.
Worry about all the shit they're doing, man.
Although I think the reason we picked up the one fucking juice line is because it's a tall chick, nice ass, and for some reason Nate likes tall girls that are like 6 foot plus. But it's alright because the juice is selling. It's fucking $17 for a 30 minute. I've been selling that in Daily News, I think that's all day.
I think that's Flush. Or that might be hers. You should watch her mouth. You ain't gonna know where to go tonight, son. Better be careful.
I got the keys to the shop. Got white stripes stuck in your head tonight?
For some reason, yeah.
That's the classic stuff. Who we got viewing already?
Flush.
Just took the fun out of it. I was trying to pretend like I was the host of an event. Wanted to seem like I knew how to be cool for a second. That's another thing, man. The other day when flashlight something on my face, she was like, why the hell is she always liking your shit? I was like, who? She was like, Brown's girl.
She gotta get the fuck over that shit.
It's like, get the fuck over it. She like, why did the shit me like?
Sorry, it's just you.
Ain't nothing wrong with it being Flash.
Yeah, there is.
How's there something wrong with it being Flash?
She's got a... I did not take the fun out of it. I'm off... Offended. Off-ended. I didn't understand that. No, you just need to use the power of the vagina to try and get more people to watch. Like you did on Sunday.
Did you say like she did Sunday?
Yeah. She actually knew the guy. Got him.
Oh. Would that be a 2-weeker then? Because the week before we had somebody that we'd never seen before.
I don't know. Maybe she did bang 2 guys in a row and have them watch. She seems like the type.
That's a bad time for her to say that.
We wait 40. We wait 40 seconds for it to catch up.
Oh shit. 40 seconds for it to catch up, 40 seconds for the response.
Yeah.
Overdrive.
Uh-huh. Whatever you need to tell yourself, sweetheart.
Oh. Juice everywhere. Oh yeah, overdrive. Hopefully soon we'll have Colin.
Yeah, if he ever gets on the internet.
Will or she?
He will. Colin.
I think you missed the joke I was attempting to make there.
Yes.
That's fine too. Don't feel like dying next time she's in town.
Whenever you're ready, you're running the show.
I don't like when you say I'm running the show. It scares me.
I don't even know what we're talking about, so I'm just following your
You
lead.
sent me the subjects.
I just sent you a bunch of ideas. I'm following your lead. This is your thing. I'm gonna be gone soon. You're gonna have to figure it out on your own. Yeah.
Stop reminding me.
Saying you're gonna have to figure it out on your own after that. Little birdie's gotta fly.
It's gonna come down to a bunch of yeah. There's a pretend person over here.
Talking to yourself.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Because I
Yeah,
can't
we're
count on nobody else to show up.
Batch. You gotta do it in batches. Sit down and just do 3 or 4 in a row, and then you have a month's worth.
Oh. We might have Tony Sunday. I told you that, right?
Yeah.
Yep. That would be fucking awesome. Because we
That
haven't
is
had
definitely
him
good.
since the start of season 6. So.
Yeah.
Alright.
Are you ready?
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Dirty Shore Underground. Tonight, our topics are from vaping to music to nerdy stuff, which I'm sure you're used to by now because it's that season, so nerdy shit is coming out every couple weeks, and we love our nerd stuff. So, before we get into it, Rob,
Hit it with the links?
yes, hit him with the link.
So make sure you check out DirtyShoreUnderground.com. New episodes of the podcast every Thursday. Bonus episodes every Monday or Tuesday. As you probably already know, we are all the way through our Walking Dead review, although that will return this fall. Now we are taking a westward swing out for a Fear the Walking Dead review. Episode 4 coming up this Sunday with, fingers crossed, special guest Tony Steele will be joining us, we hope. So we'll see how that works out. So make sure you join us there, and make sure you're following at Dirty Shore UG on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook for all the latest information. Keep you updated about what's going on, and new videos and new posts and everything else is available there, including links to the live stream, which is always available. We are live streaming this and every episode at youtube.com/c/Dirty Shore UG-OTA. So make sure you check that out. Scroll down to the bottom. You'll see our live comment section. You can put a comment in there. It'll pop up on the right-hand side here. We'll see it. You can ask questions or make comments and participate in the podcast. But just keep in mind there's about a 40-second delay, so give us some kind of context about what it is that you're commenting about. We already have a couple of people in the chat room right now. Flash asks if it's nerd season. Is that like duck season? It can be. I guess it just depends.
This is
We're not shooting them, I suppose.
The last between February and now has been perfect for people that love comic books.
And it's going to continue into the fall.
Yes.
But so while you're again, make sure you check out DirtyShoreUnderground.com for more information. And while you're there, make sure you click through the Amazon banner. It's a great way to support the podcast. We provide this free entertainment for everybody every week, twice a week. And it's a great way for you to support us to go to DirtyShoreUnderground.com, click on the Amazon link. It goes through Amazon. You can shop just like you normally do. Costs you nothing extra, but in order to send you there, Amazon gives us a little something back. So helps us keep the lights on, helps us buy new equipment. So that will certainly be helpful. It's a great way for you to help out the podcast. So make sure you do that. But where do you want to start out this week? AVE?
Might as well.
Yeah, so if you were following Dirty Shore Underground on Facebook, you probably saw some live videos from the American Vape Expo in Timonium, Maryland. They've been making stops at a couple of different places, most recently right here in Maryland. So the vape crew from Dirty Shore made it up there to the Vape Expo. And what were your experiences while you were up there?
It was great and hellish at the same time.
How do you vape?
Obviously, I love vaping. We got to go in 2 hours before regular customers. So, needless to say, by 12 o'clock when regular customers got to go in, I was kind of vaped out. Walking around with Nate.
Before it even started, 2 hours.
Before it even really started, I was vaped out. We went around to every booth. We tested all the juices. We picked up 2 lines that day. Had 2 more in mind from that expo. I think Nate's already picked up 2 more from the Colorado Expo.
Where he is right now.
Yes.
Yeah.
We went to lunch at like 12. They had the little, I don't know, I would say concession room or whatever, but it was just like a small room, few tables. They had like hot dogs and chips or pulled pork, and there was one other thing on the menu, plus sodas and shit like that. We sat in there for an hour. We walked out.
Now,
I put my vape away.
Vaping? Was it like full of vape smoke there as well?
Did you get to check out any of the videos?
I did. But what do you call it? It's not smoke.
I just call it fog.
Fog. Okay,
That's what I call it.
So was it even the room with food in it was full of fog?
Yeah.
How
Near
many
the
people
end,
do you
they
think
were
were
shut.
there?
They were keeping the door shut.
Right.
One, because the trick comp and the cloud comp was about to start, so
Keep the
they were trying to
airflow.
minimizing all the airflow that they could, because they had their. It was like a garage door on the other end of it that they could open and close, and of course it was open.
Right.
It was just warm enough to have it open, and it was helping draw the vapor clouds out. So.
Yeah. All right, so a lot of good stuff there, and as you know, the Vape crew are all affiliated with Oasis Vapor. Oasis has been a big supporter of the podcast. And Shore Vapor, yeah. But Oasis specifically has been a big supporter of the podcast. A big thank you to Nate, who is unavailable because he is out in Colorado right now at a second vape show. But make sure you're checking out Oasis Vapor on Facebook. The link will be in the show notes here. It's right there in North 6th Street in Denton, right off of Route 404. You take the exit for 313 and 616. It's between the Burger King and the McDonald's and the big red building. You can't miss it. Nate's there during the week generally when he's not off at a Vape Expo. Kenny's there actually this week, and most weekends you can catch Kenny there as well. So a big thank you to Oasis Vapor. Whether you're just starting out, you're trying to quit smoking like me, whether you're getting into the lifestyle, or whether you're a serious competitor, Oasis Vapor's got everything that you can need, including 4 new lines of fluid
at least
that are coming.
At least.
And of course, as we continue to talk about, one of 25 places in the United States that you can get the Rogue mod available for sale. So people are coming from all over the Eastern Seaboard to Oasis Vapor. You should do that as well. For all of your vaping needs, make sure you check out Oasis Vapor, North 6th Street in Denton, Maryland, and Oasis Vapor on Facebook. So make sure you check that out.
And it didn't, as Flash said, it didn't just look crazy, it was crazy.
Right, so what the videos I watched were like competitions and stuff, and maybe I'm a little spoiled. I mean, Flash may not have seen stuff like that before. So I saw some stuff, and I'm like, oh, that's awesome, but it's just normal.
I've shown you some crazy
I was going to say,
videos. So.
There have been probably the problem is when you watch YouTube videos and you see guys who do the same trick for like 90 times till they get it perfect.
And then they edit it down into like a 2-minute video.
Then you see something like done at a competition, it's a little different.
And there was one guy who, he had his bottle of juice in his hand, and you'll see it in the trick competition. He kept dropping the bottle.
Right.
While trying to do the tricks, because he's trying to drip between every 3 or 4 tricks.
Right.
And it fucked him up, and he ended up losing because of it. But the cloud competition, first place was $450 cash.
Right.
Plus, they paid your pass to the OC convention.
Coming up this fall, I guess. Late summer, early fall.
October 1st and 2nd.
Yep.
Plus, hotel stay.
Right.
So, whoever won it, it wasn't anybody from the Eastern Shore, and the phone we were using, sadly enough, died right after the last person from the Eastern Shore went out.
Right.
Which was Zach Davis, who's won the last 3 local comps between Denton, Easton, and Seaford, I think.
But he didn't win over there.
No, but he made it to the semifinals, I believe, which is pretty good. And it was debatable whether or not he should have lost in the semifinals.
What do you mean debatable if he should have?
It was really close. A lot of us feel that his cloud was bigger,
right,
and more dense. But
What they got to do is get some kind of mechanical or computer thing to measure the size of this stuff. And I mean, take into account that some of those guys are big guys. They got big lung capacity as compared to like, although JC can pump out some big clouds and he is a small dude, so I guess it doesn't.
it's
really
all
matter.
about being able to, you got to train your lungs, and you really got to try to suck to the point that it feels like you're dying before
Right.
you even blow it out.
Right.
This is what I'm told, because that's what helps make your lungs bigger to be able to do it.
Yeah, so Flash asks, what's your recommendation from the Expo? Let's take some of these questions in the middle. What are the 4 juices that you picked up for the shop here in Denver?
Well, we picked up 2 from that expo. Well, currently picking up 2. Nate said we picked up 3 over the weekend. One we already had. He did a reorder at the expo because he got a cheaper price on it at the expo, and that shit came in the other day. That was Daily Dose.
All right, Daily Dose. And what are the 2 new ones that you guys got?
We have EDM, which means every drink matters.
Okay.
And the owner is hand delivering our first shipment tomorrow.
So if you wonder how important Oasis Vapor is, the owner is hand delivering the first order tomorrow.
He called today and he was like, "Is Nathan in?" And I was like, "Nathan's in Colorado right now for another vape expo." And he was just like, "Oh." He was like, "Well, I'm such and such from EDM." I was like, "Oh, hey man, I was right there with Nate and testing out your stuff." He's like, "Oh yeah, what's up?" And we bullshitted on the phone for a couple minutes. He's like, "Look, I plan to come by tomorrow and hand deliver the juices," because we only initially ordered 2 flavors.
Right.
Which are the 2 that he tried, because the one I tried, I still had the fucking menthol taste from like 3 booths ago.
Right.
Because the menthol will stick to your coils for a while. So he's hand delivering those 2 flavors, and he's bringing us all the flavors in the tester, and they'll be sitting on the counter for people to test.
So you can figure out if you want to order some other ones.
Tomorrow morning, I'm building up 3 RDAs, so people that come in, we got like 8 bottles sitting on there right now of stuff that we're looking to bring in for people to test. And because it's not in a tank, I'm going to build up a few RDAs so people can come in and drip it, try it out, let me know if they like it.
So what's the other one that you got this weekend?
It will actually be, I think it's called Low Viz Juice or something like that.
Yeah.
We don't actually have it yet. We have the testers for it, and we plan to go back there and get it because they were one of the ones that showed up. And they had these boxes that if you ordered it on the spot, it was all 3 flavors and 0, 3, and 6, 10 bottles of each, and it was some like $100 for that package that they had going on.
Plus,
so that you could
mark it up.
Yeah. So that you could go back to your shop and then have it on the shelves the next day.
Right.
And everything.
Mark it up and then mark it down. Mark it up to sale price. Mark it down to a sale price.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, people have to know that
there's a markup
with wholesale.
Yeah,
wholesale, you get it for one price, and then you got to make a profit off of it.
He's got to pay you to be sitting in the shop while he's in Colorado.
Like you paid me to watch Deadpool yesterday.
Well,
yes, I did that.
You're there to keep the door open now.
I kept the door open.
Right.
Customers love to come. I got a fucking mod sitting in the shop right now. I got to try to fix.
Right. So, Flash asks, why those juices? What are those choices?
The one that I remember EDM, it was actually really good. And like he said, the juice market right now is really saturated.
Right.
Every juice tastes like another juice. It's usually like one small ingredient or one drip difference of the flavoring.
Yeah.
Set to the side. EDM was decent. The owners were real chill. They were talking to us. They gave us a bunch of T-shirts and stuff.
So it's more about the company and less about the product. Because you can get a great flavor from every company.
Yeah.
You can get a menthol from every company. So it's about what are the owners like, what are their presentation like, and what are the other stuff, and price, of course.
And EDM's owner was great. He even said right there, he was like, I might hand deliver myself. He was like, I like smaller shops.
Right.
He's like, sometimes the bigger shops are overwhelming.
Well, and you run the risk of nobody knowing what's going on. I know sometimes the bigger shops that go over into Baltimore, I don't know who's working there. I don't know who's hanging out. Because the regulars, and it's good that the regulars feel at home, but they're wandering back behind the counter and everything's. And I'm just like, I don't know who's working here. I don't come here. I just want to buy some fucking juice.
I mean,
like,
you can get that issue at our shop sometimes because everybody, a lot like my friends that come in the shop, and you know, like Harry still comes by.
Harry used to work there though.
Yeah, Harry used to work there.
And everybody who comes into that shop knows where everything is.
Mm-hmm.
So if I ask for something, they know how to help me. When you go into some of the other places, they're like,
the real big places.
Yeah, I don't know.
Even sometimes the workers don't know where it's at.
That's true too.
Until I started changing stuff around in Nate's shop, couldn't find it. If you walked in there tomorrow, a lot of shit that you wouldn't normally see out in the front area is now in the front area. Most of our premium juices are now sitting out where you can see every single juice.
Good, good. So you're reorganized. So the other question that Flash had was, did you try any mods? Was there a best mod from there? Or was this more of like just vape, juice?
I went just to test. I was trying stuff, products, juice-wise for the shop.
Yeah.
Mod-wise, you had a bunch of local companies for the most part. Continuous Current had their products there, which, like I said, Joey Jux is affiliated with.
Right.
He has his own mod out through them called the Jux mod. It is a $90 mech mod that you can get. It's a hard-hitting mod.
Right.
And they used to be part of AB, which is Avid Life, and they ended up severing ties. So one became Continuous Current, the other became Avid Life.
Mm-hmm.
And Amerivape is what they were originally called.
Okay.
So
there were a couple of companies that made mods there, but was it mostly the juice makers?
Juice makers, wholesalers.
Right.
We're looking at a couple of wholesalers that we talked to while we were there. The one distributor we talked to for the Bluebird juice, they gave us a great fucking deal on it, so that we're able to sell it at $17, where it should be like 20, 25, right. Something like that. So I've sold a bunch of that today alone. Somebody walks in the shop and like, look, you can get that 30 mil for $17.
Yeah.
And they're like, what? And then I'm like, daily dose is 25 for 60 mLs.
Right.
And they're just like, let me get that. I don't know if I'll like it, but it's 60 mLs at $25, which means it's going to last me for a while. Yep. Either way, I will suffer if it doesn't taste good.
So I think that's a good transition because Joey Jux? Mm-hmm. So Joey Jux is also, you found out while you were there, a musician, actually. Yeah. So tell us a little bit about Joey.
I mean, I don't know a whole lot about him personally. I'm still researching him. Brandon's been following him for a while, apparently, but he's from Wilmington, Delaware, which is, it's surprising to me that I've never heard of him because of the underground scene, and his music has like an underground scene feel to it, and it's not bad. You can tell he's still working on it and trying to find his zone with it.
Right. I was gonna say, my comment was, does he make his own beats?
There was definitely one song I listened to on his Reverb page that I knew it was a beat from something else.
Okay.
I think it was the song all the way at the bottom of the list.
Yeah, I didn't make it to the bottom. I just went kind of down as it went. Because, I mean, it sounded like most of those beats were his, because I didn't recognize anything. And he's good at the beat game. But they're a little slack on lyrics. Mm-hmm. And, like, for instance, like the third song down, he did verses 1 and 3. And they were real short. And then he had brought somebody in to do verse 2. Verse 2 was a banger. And so the beat was great, verse 2 was great, and if he had just filled out verses 1 and 3 and made them a little better, it would have been a whole song. But, you know, it's the kind of thing where, like, it's a learning process. I'm doing the same thing, so I completely understand how that is. Because you think you got, like, the other problem is you start to record something and you realize that in your head, this is like a 4-minute song. And then you put it down and you're like, this is 1 minute and 30 seconds. Okay, those verses were not as long as I thought. I ended up picking a beat up while I was doing it, and it just did not take as long as I thought.
And that's another problem, because when you write it in your head, and the way you hear it in your head, always sounds longer than what it is when you actually go to record.
Getting into recording, yeah. But, so you actually got to meet this guy.
Yeah, and I got to meet him, and...
what was your first impression when you saw him? Because I know you were telling me earlier about the hat he was wearing.
His hat said bars, by the way. And right out the gate, like, he was talking on the mic throughout the entire thing. And it was probably about 1 o'clock before I actually seen him.
Yeah.
And, like, the whole time I was like, man, the guy on the mic is fucking phenomenal for a host.
No, he was emceeing
Yeah,
on the mic.
Yep,
Okay.
he was emceeing. He was hosting.
Not singing, but
Actually, he did sing sometimes because
Okay.
there was the DJ was playing random music and then you would just hear him just go click and start. He
Right.
did the that fucking what is it? What's that Jay-Z song that he did with somebody else? The Niggas in Paris song.
Oh, he did Kanye West. Yeah.
He started rapping over that,
Okay.
and I was just like, okay, no, I kind of like this song.
Right. He's wearing a hat that says bars. So. Oh my gosh, is Colin joining us? Oh, Colin is joining us, and he's using data apparently because he still doesn't have
data.
Still doesn't have internet. Welcome, Colin. I hope you enjoy the show. So you got to talk, so you see this guy here and went up a little bit, but you actually got to talk to him too.
A little bit, not a lot. I
Yeah.
mean, I don't like to, I've been to a lot of shows and shit. People don't want to be bugged with a bunch of bullshit, so
Right.
I walk up and I give him his props like, you really chill or something. And then came home, I looked him up on Facebook and added him and shit, even his personal page.
Right.
Like I'm friends with him on his personal page. So then yesterday I seen him repost the shit for the OC bait, and
Right.
instantly I'm like, you Colin. I was like, please tell me that means you're fucking hosting the OC event too. And he's like, yes, I am. And I was like, fucking yes. I was like, dude, you were the bomb. It was like the life of the party the entire day.
Well, if I haven't moved to LA yet, we will. I have to go check him out in Ocean City. So.
I mean, you think about it. It ended at 7 for everybody,
Yeah.
and we were there at 10. It was 9 hours for
Long
people
ass
there
day.
for business to business.
Yeah.
And for him to be able to keep people hyped that long.
Right.
And give you a reason to stay. And by 1 o'clock, all of us, our book bags are fucking filled with samples and shit from all the companies. After we were done with lunch, we walked around for another hour. We sat at a table, dropped our book bags, and that's where we sat for like an hour and a half. And every time we went to stand up, we looked at our book bags and we're just like, yeah, no, we'll sit back. We didn't want to touch them.
So, Colin has joined us. He's commenting. Again, you want to check out youtube.com/c/Dirty Short UG-OTA, where you can check out the live stream of the podcast always. And you can
don't get some Coke.
You can go and comment. So, join the conversation. There's been a little bit of a conversation about Colin still not having internet, and he's using his data. I want to say, Colin, by the way, I am up to 29.192 gigabytes. Gotta love that unlimited data, though. Yeah, being grandfathered in. Colin's also apparently going to go get some Coke. 0! On 2 different messages. So, but make sure you check out the, in the show notes, we'll have a link to the Reverb Nation page for Joey Jux. It really was pretty interesting. And as Kenny said, he's from Wilmington. I know his page says he's actually from Miami, I think, but he's actually from Wilmington. So make sure you check it out. Support good local music. You know that we love that. And we also love local filmmakers, which is why, just so everybody knows, you can look forward to a new episode of Heretics out tomorrow.
Yes!
So look forward to that. Make sure you check out odanthem.com and Odanthem on YouTube. Heretics will be out tomorrow. Very excited about that, episode 2. So make sure you check that out. If you like what you see, make sure you support the Odanthem Digital Network. We survive on supporters and what meager amounts that we can add in from our own budgets, clearly. But you can go to patreon.com, patreon.com.
Trying to die tonight.
I see that. /ODAnthem. That's patreon.com /ODAnthem. Become a monthly supporter for as little as $1 or as much as you would like to donate. At different levels, you can get different benefits. Go in there and support us. It helps us produce stuff like Heretics. It helps us support this podcast and the Anthem podcast at odanthem.com. So all of that would be great.
Before you say it,
yeah,
she forgets that most importantly, this is still audio format. So that's why you said tomorrow, as in Friday, right?
Tomorrow, as in when this posts on Thursday, it will be posting tomorrow on Friday. Yes. So
See,
on
I
Friday.
caught that one.
Yeah, on Friday. So what comes this Friday is Heretics, episode 2. What comes the Friday after is Captain America Civil War. What comes the Friday after that is Heretics episode 3. So you said that this is a period for nerds, and it 100%
Are
is.
you going to see it next weekend?
I don't know, probably not. If I do, it'll be Sunday, because I hate crowds. I hate crowds. I hate all of you people who are not fans of superhero movies, who didn't go see Iron Man 1, who didn't go see the original Spider-Man when it first came out, who didn't go see Green Lantern, Ryan Reynolds' Green Lantern. Listen,
I still laugh when I see the Green Lantern card.
but it sucks, but I was there. Because you know what I said? I love superhero movies. I want them to make more. So I want to go to this to make them make money.
If you go see it, let me know before next Friday.
Okay.
So I can plan to go see it by next Friday.
Okay.
So that we can talk about it.
Okay. So, but we'll see. So, yes, Flash says I'm a hipster. It's not a hipster. I hate the damn crowds. Because the problem is when you go to these kind of movies and you get a crowd like that, they talk through the movie, there's people getting up and running around, and they're rated PG-13. It's not Deadpool. So there's a lot of kids who go by themselves. They're running around, they disturb me. I want to watch the damn movie, and I want to be left alone.
Deadpool.
Well, there was. But they're there with parents because they can't get in without the parents. So
Not true.
the parents
just has to buy a ticket.
Yeah, that's true.
I went and seen, I was, how old was I when House of a Thousand Corpses came out? Rob Zombie. I was probably like 13 or 14. My grandmother bought the ticket for me. I was in the movie theater by myself for like 2 fucking hours. I love that movie.
Wait, did you say Friday the 13th?
No. House of a Thousand
House
Corpses.
of
Rob
Thousand
Zombie.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think you're a little young for that. But welcome that Gotham guy. Good to see that you're back. I do enjoy, like I said, I do enjoy the movies. I will still go see it. I'm not saying that I'm a hipster, like I can't enjoy it now because it's not new or whatever. I'm saying I want to be in a theater where I can enjoy it. I wait till Sunday at 7 and there's nobody there and I can go. So I really enjoy it at that time. But I will probably go see it. If not the first weekend, the second weekend. And we can figure it out so we can talk about it.
But you currently can't do anything on Sundays at 7 because
that's
you
true too.
You got to try to be
Gotta
here
be
by
back
9.
Flash says, people like me sneaking a 6-pack in her purse. Classy as fuck. Good job, Flash. Gotham guy says, the kid's rocking. Back in the chair, throwing popcorn. Yeah, I hate the kids.
I'm sorry for throwing popcorn at people.
Well, that's Kenny. That's not the kids. But anyway, so the reason I bring that up is because we got a new, and the final, you have to assume, Captain America Civil War trailer. And it was a lot of stuff we'd already seen, just reorganized, but there was a new scene, which is the reason I wanted to talk about it. So, people had a lot of questions about Spider-Man, because we didn't see him at all, and then all of a sudden, the third trailer we see him, under ruse, spray, pick up the shield, and we're done. This time, though, we actually got to see Spider-Man in action.
Mm-hmm.
And earlier we saw Black Panther chasing down the Winter Soldier and like clawing and knocking down his bike or whatever. So we know that first of all, we know that there's going to be a chase and stuff blows up and they end at the airport.
It almost makes me feel like Deadpool, where a majority of this movie is going to happen at the airport.
Yeah, we had that same question that we had about Deadpool, where is it that they're showing us just one scene because everybody's there and it's a way for them to say, this person's in this movie, this person's in this movie, or does the whole thing fucking happen at the airport?
Which I'm fine with it if they do it right, because Deadpool was amazing. I've seen it like 15 times already.
And
don't judge me.
Will be more, I'm sure. We got to see Spidey in action a little bit this time with the swinging through the window and then a hand-to-hand with Winter Soldier. And Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man was always weirdly strong. Like, at some point, he stopped a subway car. Then at other points, like, he's getting beat up in hand-to-hand combat. And you don't really know. Yeah, you don't really know how strong he is.
Because there was I seen a post. I should have tagged you in it. They were saying point for point, Spider-Man's actually one of the strongest superheroes out there.
Yeah.
because he has the spider's power.
I actually
And
sent you that.
Did you see it?
Yeah, I sent that to you.
Did you?
The 15, this 15 powers that you don't realize that Spider-Man has. That it's what is his spider sense, what is his strength, what is that
Now I
stuff?
remember.
Yeah, I sent that to you.
ADHD.
You can't defeat me. The only thing you can defeat me on is the killing joke, which we'll get to in a little bit. And by the way, Flash, I take offense at that. I don't text the entire time, especially in a superhero movie. I keep the phone down. I do keep Run P on, and Run P, you should be a sponsor of this podcast because I do use your product. Run P is an app for the phone that tells you 3 or 4 times during the movie where you can leave, go to the bathroom without missing too much. And it actually tells you what happens during the time that you're in the bathroom. So, Run P, download it right now. iTunes, Android, it's available everywhere. Download it, it's totally worth it. But, so, Spider-Man was always weird when it was Tobey Maguire. And then Andrew Garfield's went in a different direction where...
It was different, but overly it was still the same.
Yeah. He didn't actually shoot webs. He had the
cartridges. Like from the cartoon series.
Right, yeah. And so, and his strength was weird, and his ability to run was weird. It was, wow, Gotham Guy, we just missed a whole bunch of that. And I think he's going to give me a spoiler. Do we not give us a spoiler alert before this? So Garfield played it differently than Tobey Maguire. And what they've said is that this Spider-Man is going back to, we were talking about this before we kind of got going here, the Homecoming series and the Infinity War Spider-Man. The one that is actually, or not Infinity War, the Civil War Spider-Man. The costume is actually from a little bit earlier, but his powers are very similar to what they were in Civil War. And yes, Flash, I am an old man, and I drink the large Cokes, and then I have to go pee. That happens a lot.
Am I the only person that walks in the movie theater and doesn't buy popcorn or soda or sneak any food in?
I think so, yeah. Gotham Guy is talking about cartridges, was how Spider-Man was originally, and then he further mutated. And is that a spoiler? I didn't see all of it, Gotham Guy. I don't know exactly what you had written in the first message, because we missed that. But the further mutation, in the comic book series, Spider-Man actually continues to mutate to the point at which at one point he has 8 arms. And I suspect that we're not going to see that. I think what we're going to see is Iron Spider, though. I do believe that Tony Stark's going to give him the Iron Spider suit during Civil War. So we'll wait and see that. But
apparently we didn't give spoiler alert.
I don't think...
Because we jumped. That's what it was. We went
no, but there's no spoilers. This was a trailer. Yeah. We haven't seen it. So we're just taking guesses just like all of you guys.
It's more or less spoilers for somebody who's never read a comic.
Right, and I was going to say, I guess we maybe should have, because this is some stuff that comes out of the comic books, but they don't have to follow any of the comics. If you haven't
seen it or heard about it by now, there's something wrong with it.
There's a movie called Captain America Civil War coming out. I don't know if you guys are aware. It's happening. But no, so we see a snarky Spider-Man, what I would say has been Deadpool-influenced Spider-Man, maybe? And he swings through the window and he kicks Winter Soldier. Then they get into a hand-to-hand. And the Winter Soldier comes at him with that metal arm. And Spider-Man just grabs it out of midair and he's like, "Whoa, dude, you have a metal arm. That's so cool." But he just, out of nowhere, just like grabs it, twists it, and it's no big deal to him.
And at this moment, with seeing the way that Sony loosened up and they did the deal with Marvel to bring out the better Spider-Man that they've been trying to do for 6 movies.
Give it to Marvel and let them do it.
I don't see where it couldn't happen to where they do it again, and they do a deal where it's Sony, Marvel, Disney, and Deadpool in some way, and they bring to life
I don't think
the Deadpool comic, because the Deadpool Spider-Man comic, it wasn't all that vulgar.
No.
And it's something they could bring to the big screen in a way.
Yeah.
And it would still be funny for people that love Deadpool.
Here's the problem. It's not about Marvel. It's about Fox. Fox owns Deadpool.
Yeah.
As well as X-Men. And, by the way, Marvel, speaking of snarky, yes, Flash, Spider-Man was always snarky. And I actually like the snarkier versions of Spider-Man than I do the regular one.
Loud stove.
It can be seen that eyes change size like a camera lens. Yes, Gotham Guy, the first trailer we did see. Actually, I don't think that was the first one. I think it was the third trailer that we saw Spider-Man for the first time, the Underoos call, and the eyes changing. We had a little talk about that, about how do the eyes change on the outside of this suit, and be that as it may.
A page taken from Deadpool.
Yeah. But then the mask can be expressive on the outside. Yeah.
It kind of has to if you're wearing a full mask.
Right. So I guess the bigger issue is a business issue. Fox owns the Fantastic Four and X-Men and Deadpool, and they have been adamant about not doing anything with Marvel because they don't want to mix their stuff back in with Marvel and run the risk that Marvel gets the rights back or whatever. That's why they make shitty Fantastic Four movies right when the rights are about to wear out. You know what I mean? That's why they do that. So,
I mean, a lot of people said the X-Men movies were shitty, but I never thought they were that bad.
I didn't. In fact, we're going to talk about a little bit about X-Men movies in a minute. But yeah, so I don't know that Deadpool and Spider-Man will ever cross over until Marvel, which is now owned by Disney, finally gets rich enough that they can buy back the rights to those movies. And the problem with Deadpool being such a good hit is that now it got exponentially more expensive to buy.
Hey, did you see the comments on Facebook when they announced when the movie was coming out? And they were like, how do you... The movie just came out in February and now it's coming out on Blu-ray and DVD on May 10th.
Yeah.
How do you do it so quick? And somebody replied, when a movie does as good as Deadpool does, you don't have to keep it in the theaters for 6 fucking months.
Yeah. Also, it's 2016, so they can get them into the theaters pretty fast.
I mean,
Gotham Guy says he's wearing a Stark-type suit so his strength can be augmented to compete with Cap and Bucky. Tony wouldn't bring a kid in unless he can... Marvel and Fox are pairing up for X-Men TV shows. I hadn't heard about X-Men TV shows, so that's interesting. That's new information for me. It's technology that makes the eyes expressive. Now, I know that Tony Stark gives him some technology in the Iron Spider suit, and there are a couple incarnations of that suit.
mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure that Spider-Man suit that we see is the original suit that just somehow Peter Parker makes.
They're currently talking, spoiler alert,
Yeah.
that Iron Man will show up in the Spider-Man movie. So.
Right. So, and there's going to be some... I mean, obviously, there's always little crossover.
So, which means if we don't see the Iron Spider-Man suit,
maybe we'll see it in the next one.
we'll definitely see it in the actual Spider-Man movie.
Well, and then keep in mind, so we have the Spider-Man movie, and then we have part 2 of Civil War coming after that. So there's a lot of opportunity for that suit. And big spoiler alert, seriously, if you don't want to know anything about the movie, pause or skip forward about 5 seconds right here. But Spider-Man switches sides in the comic. So at one point he goes from Tony Stark to Captain America. So certainly that's a possibility. And that might be a good move in the middle between the movies.
Yeah, and then the Ultimate Spider-Man, on which you can watch on Netflix if you haven't already watched it. He's like completely in love with Captain America to the point that he was supposed to look after the Shield and loses the fucking Shield and a bunch of fucking shit happens.
Well, that's the transition that happens in moving in right before Infinity War and during Civil War is he actually changes sides from Iron Man to Captain America because he starts to Captain Cap convinces him of the whole like we need to be independent, make our own decisions. So, but we did talk a little bit about the Spider Armor. Yeah, Iron Spider is what it's called there, Gotham Guy. So we did talk a little bit about X-Men there in that exchange, and I do want to talk a little bit about the new X-Men Apocalypse trailer, which I think you also had the chance to watch. Did you watch that today?
Yeah, it was basically the original trailer with that bonus cop tease moment right at the end.
Okay, so it was expanded from the original trailer. We saw a lot more of Katniss Everdeen. I mean, shit, I don't even know her X-Men name. I just see her as Katniss. Because she's wearing skin the whole time, and she's the leader. And I'm like, what the fuck are you doing?
I mean, for the most of the trailer, I was like, oh, Olivia Munn.
Oh, yo, Olivia Munn as Psylocke. Oh my god, I'm so excited for her.
And then it goes, X-Men Apocalypse. And then you get that moment, and I was like, oh.
Yeah, so, spoiler alert if you don't want to have, if you don't want to see the trailer, but be that as it may. at the very end of the new Apocalypse trailer, Mystique. I just called her Psylocke. You're absolutely right, Gotham guy. It is Mystique, not Psylocke. Mystique. Yep, everybody's correcting me. Thanks, guys. Thank you. Quicksilver also confirms in the new one that Magneto is his father. That he knows Magneto is his father. But if you haven't seen it, apparently everybody has. The three metal prongs coming out of a hand. They all walk in and they say, "Wow, you guys handled business." And Cyclops says, "Well, we had a little help." And then we see the three metal prongs come out of the hand. So the question is, do you think it's Hugh Jackman?
It's hard to say because, especially with the Deadpool movie and him saying he gets confused by the timelines.
Right.
It doesn't. I mean, it could be a young Wolverine, which I doubt.
Well, but here's the thing. So keep in mind, the timelines are confusing because we had a Wolverine movie in which we saw Wolverine through the ages, and he looked the fucking same. He always looked the same. And Wolverine, he said that Wolverine 3 is his final movie, and there is a storyline in the Wolverine comics. Sorry, Gotham guy, I see that, and I'm going to address that in just a second. Sorry, everybody, but so there is a timeline in the comics where Logan realizes that his healing factor has somehow reached the end of its, like, he only had so much of it, and then eventually it starts wearing off. He starts graying at the temples. Age is catching up with him. And I'm thinking that that's where they're going on Wolverine 3.
Did you read the Wolverine Dies comic?
Is it the one with the bone claws, where they break the bone claws and then kill them? I don't know.
I didn't completely read it, but I seen the final page of it because Brandon sent it to me. Spoiler alert.
Yeah.
You want to know how they killed him?
How they kill Wolverine in the comics? Yeah, go ahead.
They poured adamantium over him, and he wasn't actually dead, but he couldn't
sealed
move.
Inside of
They even sealed.
Yeah. So Gotham guy said Psylocke is a different character who's very similar. The reason that I think I get those two confused is because Mystique in the movie has the purple that comes around her weapons, and Psylocke had purple energy that she put around her weapons. But it's definitely Mystique, Olivia Munn.
People that don't know Olivia Munn, she was part of the G4 network.
She was on G4. She's freaking gorgeous, and she's topless.
She's a gamer.
She's in the first 10 minutes of Magic Mike. She's topless. Totally worth watching Magic Mike just to see that.
Yeah,
by the way.
I would watch that first 10 minutes and then cut it off.
I know. Well, Mystique, killer in the comics. Rogue gains flight and other powers. Miss Marvel lapses. Well, we are getting real nerdy in the comments. So, if you guys want to really get nerdy, check out the video. It's available at youtube.com/c/dirtyshortug-OTA. Check out the comment section and see what you're missing out when you don't join us here on the live stream.
This is why people should always participate.
Right. So, other stuff that we saw that we know Magneto is the father. We know that Logan in some fashion is going to make an appearance. I think it will be Hugh Jackman making an appearance as a setup towards Wolverine 3. And I also don't know how he walks away from that character. From now on, I will always see Hugh Jackman as Wolverine.
I mean, you can't not, because
he looks like fucking Wolverine from the comics.
Yes,
it's ridiculous.
And that's like the point that they made in the Deadpool movie when he had Hugh Jackman's face on. Like, we were sitting in the shop yesterday watching it. When she pulled the mask off, like, Brian was looking at his face like, dude, look. And he looked up, and he's just like, he had to think about it for a second. I was like, it's fucking Wolverine, Hugh Jackman, stapled to his face. And then he busted out laughing.
Gotham guy, you are a fool if you accept Ghost Rider as your Lord and Savior.
That's my Lord and Savior.
But we saw Apophis, we see the Four Horsemen, we got to see the full wingspan of Angel, who becomes Archangel eventually. We saw Storm, Cyclops, Jean Grey. I'm getting fucking excited about X-Men again, and I don't know how to feel about it. Do you remember the third X-Men movie of the last one, where like Wolverine is like fighting his way to Jean Grey, and like his skin's peeling off and then healing, and like the Storm, I got stoked for that movie. And then I saw the new ones and I'm like, oh guys, come on. This Apophis movie?
A Future's Past was a good movie.
No, and the reboot, I dug it, but it was so slow. I'm like, come on, I want to see a little more action. And we got to see both timelines kind of mixing together.
That what they said. A Future's Past was them trying to rewrite the history without just doing a complete reboot.
By the way, Patrick Stewart could still play Xavier. He looks like he's 40 years old. I would believe
when
him as
you
a
first
college
said it
person.
to me, I thought that's who the person was going to be.
I know.
Literally.
He could still play.
Because
so.
the way they were playing the movie, he could have been in the movie.
And Gotham Guy says it's too much female concept. Angel's full wingspan was very metal in that moment. Just wait until he's given the metal wings and Angel becomes Archangel. Then the wings will be literally metal. Getting real nerdy, sorry guys. The movie got ruined because half the producers and Cyclops actor bailed for Superman Returns, so they had to hack and build the story wonky. Agreed on that. And he Gotham Guy makes the point that with Days of Future Past, they basically have kicked out all of the shitty movies and rebooted with new canon material. So
I mean, they didn't have a choice. And we even seen that in Deadpool with the fucking little action figure.
they got rid of
anybody
that
missed
Deadpool.
it.
Yeah, they got rid of that Weapon X Deadpool. So that's what I was hinting at. Say hi to the Gotham Guy. You and I, man, we're right there. I'll tell you what. When he spreads the wings, they look not organic. They don't look organic, but they do. I think they're meant to be organic anyway. But I'm excited for this, for Apocalypse. The Four Horsemen look fantastic. I don't know what direction they're going, but I am fucking excited for superhero movies. This shit is getting exciting. X-Men has got me excited again. We got Civil War coming out just in a few weeks. That's fantastic. And Guardians of the Galaxy was announced. I mean, there's some rumors about what's going to happen with Guardians of the Galaxy, so that's happening next year.
And there's spoiler alert. There's a chance that we might see Star-Lord in the next part 2 of Civil War. So
well, and so for people again, we're going to continue the spoilers from here on out, I guess. For people who don't read the comics, the Civil War between the superheroes ends because not Galactus, but the other guy, the guy who we saw sitting in the big throne at the end of Guardians of the Galaxy, I think, shows up at Earth. And all the superheroes have to come together to fight him. And Guardians of the Galaxy show up because he is also a mutual enemy of all of them. So there's a chance that we see that all of those characters in one thing. That is freaking amazing. And yes, Gotham Guy, the rumor is Nathan Fillion could be cast as Wonder Man. I don't like Nathan Fillion as Wonder Man. I'll be honest about that. I think Nathan Fillion deserves a bigger role than whatever he could play as Wonder Man in Guardians of the Galaxy. Despite that Easter egg that was on the wall in the movie posters, I really think that they should take them another direction. Thanos is the name of the guy who's going to end up bringing those two together. I am really super excited, though, for everything we got going on. But I will tell you what I'm most excited for this summer is not a superhero movie. Not at all. Independence Day, Resurrection, is coming out July 4th. And I am super fucking stoked for it.
It's not the only movie coming out July 4th.
No, there's a couple movies coming out. What else is coming out July 4th?
The new Purge movie.
Right.
Election Day.
That is going to be a weird weekend for me. I might just go to the movies twice July 4th weekend. Because I do want to see both of those movies. So,
can you guess which one of the two I would go see?
Purge? Right. So you have no interest in ID4?
Fuck that mentality.
But you have no interest in ID4 at all?
I do, but
too?
I don't know if it's something I would drag myself to the movies for.
I am really fucking...
I mean, if Will Smith was in it, in a heartbeat. Because then it's like the original.
Well, they explain what happens to Will Smith, and he's too fucking big of a star to be in it now, so... Although not really. I mean...
He
thinks
he is.
He thinks he's too big of a star to be in it.
I mean, okay, Suicide Squad is what? His first big movie? Alright, he did the Concussion movie.
He's doing a lot of artsy-fartsy movies, but maybe that's the direction he's moving, and that's fine. He didn't want to be in ID4. I'm okay with it.
I'm trying to drag this on for a couple minutes because Brian might show up to give his experiences about the movie. Keep going.
Gotham Guy says Nathan Fillion, say Adam Warlock. His Cocoon was in the first Guardians. Kenny and I should go to the Purge together. Flash, you could certainly come down and go to the Purge if you would like with Kenny. You guys can go. I'll go with you if you want, but I'm definitely going to see ID4.
Double feature. We'll walk out in the Purge and sneak into the ID.
Or we could pay for both because we're adults and that's what we do.
What fun is that?
Good gosh.
She's sneaking alcohol in her purse.
Yeah, you guys are fucking need to learn how to be adults. That's what I'm gonna say. But so Resurrection put out a new.
You forgot how to have fun.
Maybe so. Resurrection put out a new trailer as well. It looks so fucking amazing. I can't even begin. We see that it's not the same actor, I don't think, but the little boy from ID4 is in this, and I had no idea from the previous ones that the black guy in it was actually going to be the son of Will Smith. Moreover, there is another epic speech from Bill Pullman in this movie. All right, Gotham Guy giving us the breakdown on Will Smith. After Earth, which I actually enjoyed.
That was a good movie, but it was more focused on his son.
Right. Hancock, which I also enjoyed, and they should have made the sequel to Hancock. Suicide Squad is what he was doing when they did Independence Day. They actually rushed Independence Day Resurrection because I think everybody realized we're coming up on the 20th anniversary. And if you refer, we've done a previous episodes where we talked about this, where Resurrection is not actually an Independence Day movie. It was another invasion movie that they then modified to be Resurrection because they realized 20 years is coming up, we can do a 20-year anniversary movie.
And it would sell better
as ID4.
Yep.
Yeah. So they tossed in a couple of things like Bill Pullman giving an awesome speech.
Try this.
What is this?
Just try it.
What is it?
Just try it. I just want to see if you can figure out the taste.
Sweet tarts.
Pop Rocks.
Oh, God. It tastes like candy. Ugh.
You didn't like
And
that
it's
popping in
sticky.
your mouth as a child?
It's
no,
sticky.
The juice is leaking outside.
Yeah. That's going to sound great on audio.
It's really sticky, y'all.
Flash says better at being adults. Listen, you guys might be better at being adults. I'm just more responsible, that's all. But no, so what we talked about in the previous episode was Resurrection was not supposed to be that movie.
No.
It was supposed to be another invasion movie. Then they took it and rewrote it, and they made it an Independence Day movie because they knew it would sell better. Will Smith, they wanted to rush to production so they could get it out in time for the 20th anniversary. If anybody remembers, 96. I remember sitting in the back of a theater in 1996 watching ID4. When that alien pops the fuck up out of the ship, I nearly shit my pants. My 12-year-old pants were damp after that movie. So, and Bill Pullman's epic speech made me want to be president more than I did before at that point. But we get another epic speech from Bill Pullman. We get updated technology. It's an alternate 2016 where this has happened in 96, so we have access to all the tech. And it's going to be crazy. I'm super excited for it.
See, I didn't see it in theaters, but I did own the VHS. No, I guess they called it the holographic shit back then, so when you turned to the fucking video, it changed.
Right,
You know what I'm
right.
talking
The
about?
thing on the front where the White House blew up.
Depending on how you looked at it,
it
was either the static picture and then you just moved it slightly and it was something else.
Alright, so Gotham Guy, Brent Spiner, who played Data in Star Trek, sorry, wow. Brent Spiner, who played Data in Star Trek, still alive. How did he die in Independence Day? I don't remember him dying in Independence Day. So if somebody wants to give me an update on how his story ended up in Independence Day, that would be great. Because you have to remind me, I don't remember. But I'm super stoked for ID4. This is the year, and I say it's the year because they have so much going on. Oh, that's right. God, Brent is such a good actor because I totally forgot. He's the guy who played Data is the crazy scientist, and he didn't die because the thing was playing with his vocal cords. He had to be alive. He had to still breathe. So apparently he survived, or maybe they brought him back to life. He could mind snare the alien at Area 52. The one slammed against the glass before Bill Pullman had them shoot the alien. Yeah, and I think that he survived. I don't think it was ever actually said he died. I think it just showed him. Remember, playing with the vocal cords, he has to still be breathing. Therefore, he's probably still alive.
Isn't it National Alien Day, by the way?
I don't.
Or was that yesterday?
I don't think. I don't follow those national bullshit days.
Me neither, but either today or yesterday, I've seen a bunch of posts about a certain anniversary for the original Alien movie.
Oh, this is Alien Week. Yes.
Alien Week?
I didn't know what you meant. Alien the movie, yes.
Yes, I'm dragging it out.
Yeah.
Because we got somebody come over to...
Is he on his way here?
Yes, he's on his way. So we're going to drag this out a little bit.
How far away is he doing?
A couple minutes.
Yeah, we're going to go. Alright, so...
It's no biggie.
X-Files... Gotham guy, X-Files theme place.
Never watched it.
So, now we have another thing to give Kenny shit about not seeing. He hasn't seen X-Files, so there's that as well.
Should we run down the list of things I've never seen?
We don't have time to run down that damn list before he gets here.
Name something. Let's see if I've seen it.
Huh.
Just throw something at me.
We're in the midst of some conversation about ID4. So, I'm excited. I'm excited for this summer, and like I said, I think that 2016 is going to be a big year. And then the problem is that we say that, but then 2017 is going to be a good year too.
Yeah.
Because Guardians is coming out, and Civil War 2 is coming out, and Spider-Man is coming out. Deadpool will probably be out.
What's another one? They're saying new Chucky movie.
Yeah, I could do it out. I don't really care so much.
Look, the last Chucky movie was great.
Here's all I'm saying. They have announced the third stage of the Marvel movies, which is 2018 through 2020 or 2021. Rogue One is coming out. All that stuff's coming out this year and next year. So, fantastic. It's a good time to be alive and go to the movies. One thing I did want to mention, though, is that so Fox owns... We were talking about X-Men and how it's a Fox property and how there's no crossovers. So, Marvel says... How can we fix this problem? We have a property out here that makes a lot of money. How do we fix the problem? Do you know how they're fixing the problem?
By killing off the original characters and making new ones.
They're killing off all of the X-Men.
Not just the X-Men. They've killed off Fantastic Four. We got a new Hulk, which is Asian.
Well, Hulk they still own and control. So,
but still.
It's been such a flop thus far.
It's like the new era.
Yeah.
A lot of characters, new Miss Marvel. There's so much going over here.
Yeah, I know, there's a lot of nerd talk going on. If you're not checking out our live stream at youtube.com/c/dirty_UG-OTA, you're seriously missing out. There's a lot of nerding out going on in the comments section, so you should really check that out.
Although in some sense, I almost feel like it's like they're like, oh, okay, we've spent 40 years talking about this character whose look really hasn't changed a whole lot.
Right.
Just kill them and make them a different race or a different authenticity.
Well, and so they've done some of those characters to make them look more like who we think is going to play them in the movies. Like Miss Wonder. Is that who is Miss Wonder? Ronda Rousey's going to play her. Miss Amazing, whatever her name is. Anyway, so in the comic book, she has slowly started to look like Ronda Rousey. Because we know Ronda Rousey's most likely going to play her in a movie. Okay. It's too much. Oh my god, the things that you are missing if you are not watching the live stream and checking out the comments. Make sure you do that. As always, it's available at DirtyShoreUnderground.com, YouTube.com/C/DirtyShore, UG-OTA. Gotham Guy says the F4 is split. The Reed family is off repairing stuff in the Omniverse. The Thing is with the Guardians of the Galaxy, with Kitty Pryde and Johnny. Miss Marvel. Miss Marvel is looking more like... What's going on?
What's up?
How's it up? Miss Marvel is looking more and more like Ronda Rousey, which is not surprising because she's going to be played by Ronda Rousey. But what they're doing is they're killing off the X-Men and they're making the Inhumans more famous. They're really pushing the comics for the Inhumans. surprisingly, Marvel still owns the Inhumans, and there was an Inhumans movie planned. But there is such good return on the X-Men movies now that they have postponed the Inhumans movie, and there's no release date anymore. It was supposed to be this fall, but it's not anymore. So all we're getting this fall is Doctor Strange, and we'll have to see how that works out. We've already talked about in a previous episode Doctor Strange.
You see that hat though?
Oh my gosh. Oh, the drama's going down in the comments section. What's the hat?
Low-vis liquids.
Okay,
That's
this
one
is
of the
one
ones
of
we
what
were
we talked
talking
about.
from the Expo.
So, jumping back to the beginning, since we have an outside observer now, what were your thoughts about the American Vape Expo?
Had a great time. Would love to go back again and this time actually get into the comps, and it was fun.
Yeah, so you're wearing Low Vis Liquids, which is one of the companies that is that one of the ones you guys actually picked up?
Working on it.
Yeah.
Actually, both shops.
Both shops are working on it. Overcast is great. I've had people test out the other two flavors that have liked them. I'm sure Brandon has too.
Oh, yeah.
This is the thing I freaking hate. Why do you name shit and I don't know what it's gonna taste like? When you name something Pop Rocks, I know what the fuck to expect when I taste it. When you name it Overcast, does it taste like a cloud? How do I the fuck know what it tastes like?
I can't even remember what the fucking
It's,
profile is on it. It's
Summery
good, though.
spices.
Oh, and I was gonna say, you showed me the card that had the descriptor on it, and that's all well and good.
Yeah.
It just frustrates me when I can't look at something and know what the taste. And I say that with saying that the one that I use more often than not is Easy Does It on ice, and it tastes like strawberries. So that doesn't
But
fucking
it's a
tell me anything.
watermelon strawberry
Yeah.
profile, but you don't taste the watermelon too much.
Well, and the name tells me nothing about what it's gonna taste like at all. So
Easy does it.
They gotta have their little kicks for the name. It's gotta have that.
Yeah.
Well, they gotta have
they
something
had
that they can.
another brand called Fratberry.
Okay.
It was made by a company called Stars and Bucks.
Oh,
They had to
okay.
change the name because of
It interfered with another
copyright
person's-
infringements and all
Yeah.
that good stuff. So they kind of have to hide their names, like Vape Roll Up or what is it? It's supposed to be a fruit roll up.
Oh, Vape Roll Up is still out there.
The
They ain't
blue-
got hit yet.
The roll up bottle.
Okay.
So and Space Rocks is Pop Rocks, and you
Right,
got
right.
Slaughter Pops, which is supposed to be Pop Tarts.
Okay.
Slider Pops, the original one was like a frozen ice pop. Although the Great White is just like a white grape.
Yeah.
Or for most of y'all that are dumb and don't know what I'm talking about, a green grape that you buy from the store.
And
Other
this
words known
is strawberry cream pie, basically.
And Daily Dose. Now this is the other one that you guys
I've
picked up, right?
sold so much of that today, it's not even funny.
It's a cheap bottle for 60 mil.
Yep.
25.
Yeah, and which is exactly what Kenny was talking about. So you've tried out the Daily Dose. What are your thoughts about Daily Dose?
Love all three lines.
Yeah. Recommend them to everybody else.
Absolutely, absolutely. Get your
And-
daily dose at your local store, guys.
And they probably had the second best display there.
They had
Next.
the biggest display.
Well, fucking
Aside from the-
continuous current, and then we're neck and neck.
No, because you had the one company, the OMG,
The one right up at the front,
the OMG.
Okay,
When you
so
walk in the
the
doors,
one-
they were bigger than
Clearhead.
continuous.
it was clear head,
Yeah.
and then you had continuous current with the junk mod from Joey Jucks,
Yeah.
and then you had Daily Dose, which was at the back, lined up with the
The bar.
the
They had a
kind
big bar.
yeah,
set
it was like a big fucking bar.
Right.
It was nice.
It was
fun.
it was nice.
All right, and so you also got to see some of the competitions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He held the camera for the trick comp
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
because he was taller than the rest of us, and he was also the closest to it. So.
We had 6 guys, I think, from the Eastern Shore that were in the comp, the
Yeah.
cloud comp. Nobody from the shore did the trick comp.
Right.
We had one guy, Zach Davis. He's local.
Yeah.
He made it the first
Cloud
time.
comp. He went to the 3rd round of the finals.
Okay.
He didn't win, of course. But
And this is when you see the shore come together because we're all from different shops.
Right.
We all sat there. We were rooting on
Yeah.
Zach and Rufus.
Once it gets to that time and
Yeah.
it's just
I
one
mean,
guy left.
Yeah.
you know, when it comes down to it, you know, okay, we know these guys from the Eastern Shore. We don't know the rest of them.
Right.
We're gonna go with people that are from our home area.
right.
We're betting on them. We want to see our local shop succeed.
Yep.
And that's what it was. We were all giving each other props and everything. We're all friends with Ryan at Vapetronics, and
I stood next to Ryan at Vapetronics the whole time throughout the comp, so him and Rufus.
And you'll see that in the videos. And
So are you looking forward to Ocean City then?
Absolutely.
Yeah, expecting the same kind of thing?
Oh, yeah. If not bigger or better.
I see. Now, that means everybody from there has got to come down this way now. So, I mean, is that going to change things?
It may. I don't know about, comp-wise, but as far as the way we were with our guys doing, the comps, then I'm sure they'll do the same. It's a decent community. The vape community is real big, and it's all one big family. Everybody's there for everybody. And of course, you get your couple of a-holes that...
Just like anybody else. Any other group that you get together.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. One's
and the couple of people that left their mod somewhere were real lucky to get them back.
I left mine at a booth where I bought an RDA from, and I walked away, and we went back up to the front of the building.
Yeah. What did I do with it?
Yeah, I knew where it was. It just I forgot it was there. And
somebody left a $200 mod sitting at one booth, and they announced that over the.
Yeah, that wasn't me.
Well, yeah. So it sounds like it was a real good experience for everybody.
It was for the vape crew, for all of us to get together and be able. Well, we minus one guy because he had to work, but
yeah,
for all of us to be able to get together as a crew and enjoy.
Go up there and take care of everything.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So I know we'll look for another report in October, I suppose. See how that goes.
So that means if you leave, you got to come back and come.
Shit, if you're gonna buy me a plane ticket, I'll be back.
I won't buy you a plane ticket, but I will buy your ticket for the expo.
All right, so I will just buy the $800 plane ticket, and you can buy me the $40.
I'll buy you a bus ticket.
What would be more miserable than a bus ride from LA back to Maryland? I can't even imagine that. So, but
you would have good stories to tell.
I'm sure I would about that time that I fell asleep and got raped on a bus. That would be fantastic.
I mean, if you got raped on a bus, I'm sure everybody would want to hear about that.
Good God.
Because if you got raped while you were sleeping and didn't know it, that would be real interesting.
Not to just drive up.
I mean, I suppose I could possibly drive, but I'm driving out there, so I don't know that I want to put 15,000 miles on my car just driving back and forth across the country. It's going to be fun, though. It's going to be fun. But
stop at the biggest, the world's biggest ball of yarn place.
Yeah.
It's like 8,000 miles.
But, one way. So we'll probably get into this a little bit more. You'll hear stories over the next couple of weeks about what's happened at the American Vape Expo. I'm sure things will pop up and you guys will be talking like, hey, we got to mention that on the podcast. And of course, as new products come available at Shore Vapor and at Oasis Vapor, we'll let everybody know. I was going to say, was there anything more that we wanted to talk about this week? I can't remember from my list. You're running the show, man. You tell me.
What do you think on Joey Jones?
Oh, yeah.
Did you listen to his music?
No, but I think he did a good job hosting the show. Did a great job hosting the show. Gave away a lot of free stuff.
That's always nice.
Those fucking people were savage over that shit too, man.
Throwing glass bottles.
Like, people were ready to fight each other over trying to grab something that was free. I don't understand it.
And it's just, I mean, it was a good time. All in all. As the day went on, after, we were there at 10 o'clock.
In fact, he actually got a free bottle of juice that, had he not caught it, would have hit B2's girlfriend right in the face.
Yeah. She was behind me.
Yeah, she was.
And I had a tall guy standing in front of me, and it went over top of him, and I just reached back and I grabbed it. And
his hand was literally this far from her face.
I grabbed it, and I turned and looked.
Was she not even looking?
She seen it, but she just...
No reaction time?
Yeah. I think it was too late because I was already up and in the way. And...
I mean, at one point, she was sleeping in a chair.
Right.
And Brian walked up to her with a straw and stuck it in her ear. And fucked her.
I mean, so we also heard it was a real long day. I mean, you guys were there early?
Yeah. Well, we stayed outside in the rain and from like 20 after 9 till 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
In the rain. Once we got in, we were in there, all the business guys were there. And it wasn't real packed. And then once 12 o'clock hit, everybody came in. And
right, yeah.
And that was about the time we were done with our book bags.
By 4:30, 5 o'clock, things started dwindling down.
Yeah. real foggy in there all day.
Yeah, it stayed that way. When we got there, we're looking through. You could see straight through to the back of the building, and you could see clear. And by the time we got in the door at 10 o'clock, you were starting to cloud in there. And nobody was in there but the vendors.
Right. It's crazy too because I gotta imagine that affects the taste because you're tasting kind of all the other fog that's in the air.
Not really, because I mean you couldn't even really smell anything. It was just foggy. It's such a big area.
Fills
you
up
couldn't
fast.
taste anything. You couldn't. Yeah. And it got worse when they did the first giveaway because they made everybody standing in front and blew a cloud. So I mean you got like 50 or 60 people standing there just blowing one cloud.
And I think we had the video of that when Joey said for everybody to blow the cloud straight up.
Yeah. All right. Well,
I was leaning on the Daily Dose thing because I was tired. I didn't want to put my arms up because this was like 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and the book bag is done, put its weight on me for the day. So I'm leaning on Daily Dose's bar, and I'm just like, yep, there you go.
You are really out of shape, by the way. You can't stand with a book bag all day. Come on, man. Come on.
After a couple hours of having juice and
fair enough,
all that bullshit in there, it starts to weigh on you.
Fair enough. Went in empty and come out.
Yeah, we went
my bag was probably 40 or 50 pounds.
God damn.
Just
everybody giving away just free little samples.
When we walked in, we all had maybe 10 to 15 batteries apiece.
Yeah.
And our book bags to go with the 2 mods we walked in with.
Yeah.
We all walked in with 1 mech mod and maybe 1 box mod.
Right.
We walked out with a whole lot more.
Right. Yeah. All right, well, like I said, you'll probably hear more about this as the weeks go on. We'll update you with more stories, and as memories come through, we'll update. For any of this products you've heard us talking about, make sure you check out Oasis Vapor and Shore Vapor. In the show notes, you'll be able to find links to Oasis Vapor, so make sure you check that out. Otherwise, look for a follow-up to the Fear the Walking Dead episode. As always, we'll be streaming live. YouTube.com/C/DirtyShoreUG-OTA. That'll come after Fear the Walking Dead on Sunday. Hopefully, special guest Tony Steele will be with us. So make sure you check that out. New episodes of the podcast every Thursday. Bonus episodes every Monday or Tuesday. You can find those at Anthem at DirtyShoreUnderground.com. And we are a proud part of the OD Anthem Digital Network. Make sure you check out that podcast. New episodes every Tuesday. Available at ODAnthem.com. You can also get us on your favorite RSS feed, whether that is iTunes or Dogcatcher or Stitcher. We are available everywhere, so make sure you search for...
That's the most amount of comments we've ever had
on our podcast. 131 comments right now. But make sure you check out those on your RSS feeder, no matter what it is. Just look for Dirty Shore Underground. You can find us there, and you'll get it downloaded automatically. And the biggest thing is, when you check out the podcast and you like it, make sure you tell a friend, share it with people, and make sure you share our social media links at Dirty Shore UG on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. You can find me on all your social networks at Robert N. Cheek. Make sure you check out robertncheek.com, where you can find links to my political blog, to the news website, and to everything I got going on, including links to my books, which are available on Amazon, and a sign-up list for my email, rob@robertncheek.com. Anything else?
I think that's it.
All right, so until next time, make sure you check out our show on Sunday. But until then, have a great week, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Ooh. Now here's going to be the real question. We had 132